Amazing Germs, I thought I'd resurrect an old project that I've been hanging on to for about the last year or so. It's an old 1969 tube radio. It's called the Grundig Mandello. And I got it sitting right here. Let's go over some of the things wrong with it. Yeah, let's do that. So here it is here. There's the front panel. I've taken off the some of the knobs, and I still have some of the brass. They're not inserts, but they're like caps, I suppose you would call them. But if you look real close, you notice that the frequencies go from high to low. I thought that was strange. It was kind of neat, right? I thought that was different. So yeah, it's got shortwave. It's 7-tube radio, and we got a dial string that's out of whack. Let's see. I have the where do we go? I have the other dial indicator here. This fits right in here. And you can tell because this side isn't painted, right? And it's been a year since I've touched this thing, so I'm literally walking through it because I'm trying to get another feel for how everything was set up. I don't want to break anything here, but yeah, you can see how that would. Let's see here. You can see how that would certainly line right up with this. And it would just simply travel. And I know the line is really thin. I think it's 0.45 millimeter. Is the replacement dial string that I have. This dial string is actually kind of different. This is the first time I've come across a steel dial string. Yeah. Got some nice big honking switches here. They're not playing around. It's a very strongly built radio. Let's take a look at the front here. You can see that it's got a nice red silk screen or a solder mask on it. It's kind of cool. I don't think they did that back then. I guess they could make it any color, right? Here's the back of it, the inside here. Some shots of this. Check out this panel of inductors here. It's like 12 right there. There's another 2 on this can here. This can has 2 more. I hope on everything holy I don't have to do a realignment on this thing because I can't find the schematics on it. I found something similar but not exactly the same, which doesn't really help me, especially when doing the cordage on the dial string, and I don't have a realignment procedure. So this will probably be the most difficult radio I've ever worked on. Just because I don't have the documentation I need is going to make it just that much more complicated. So everything in here is original. The tubes are original. They all say this here is a 12AX7. You can see it still says made in Germany on it. If this was original to the radio, I have no idea if the tubes are valid. I don't know if they work, but I don't know. I don't smell anything bad in here. Nothing's out of the ordinary. All the connections seem to be perfect. The wire conditions are excellent. The solder work is excellent. And what that doesn't mean, capacitors haven't gone bad over time. This is a selenium rectifier. I don't know. I imagine that's still good because it doesn't smell. You know those right away when it permeates, you know. And you'll never forget it because it reeks. Anyway, but yeah, you can't test those with a regular meter. You gotta actually fire the thing up. So that's where we are now. It looks like I have some corrosion in here. Maybe that's from some caps. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. I just noticed that. Looks like I got a little bit of corrosion right in here, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what that could be. It looks like it could be, but I don't know. I really don't know. Let me get a screenshot of the chassis number. Maybe somebody has a something they can help out with. I know I talked to Buddy about this radio. Buddy from the radio shop. I know I talked to him about this radio about a year ago. Let me see if I can get another shot of that. Here we go. So that's it there. It looks like 62266. But the chassis number, which is over here, it's a little different. Let's see if I can. I'm trying not to damage the radio while I'm doing this. I'm trying to get a good shot here. So that's it there. Alright. Yeah, I've found some similar schematics for a different model. I guess they had a couple variations of this. One that was US made and one that was or I can't remember. You know what? It's been a year. I'm not even going to try to remember what the other one was about, but it was certainly different. I remember just doing the traces on the back of the board. You know, just a quick bit of reverse engineering just to see if I was, you know, somewhere close. I know the output. I know the output side is very, very similar to the other one, but we're not there yet. I don't even know if we're going to have a problem with the output side yet. But it did have some information regarding the dial string of how to wind it, and that did not have anything to do with this one. That was very different. The only thing that matched up was the dial string size. So I'm going to play with the dial string today. Yeah, so that's where we are now. I'm feeling a little challenged about the doing the dial string, so I might start on that today. I'm not sure what kind of results I'll get out of it, but I'd like to put 2 or 3 hours into it and see what I can get out of it. But I'm really going to take my time with it, and yeah. So this will be part 1 video. The video is part 1 of this. I don't know if this is going to turn into one of those John from Arkansas videos where it just goes into like 50 parts. Not that I have anything wrong with that. I love you, John. But yeah. I'm going to be probably out of patience with this thing by the time this thing is over with. I hope it's successful, and I hope, I don't know, I think we can get things going with it. But the dial string's going to be a major part of it. You know, unless I want to stick with shortwave, so. And that's fun and all, but it'd be nice to hear a radio station on it. Huh? So, that's where we are now. Hopefully, yeah, so that's that. Good night, ladies and germs.